Welcome to Tuesday Tea with Team A, brought to you by eRenee Coaching. Go ahead, grab your cup, and let's get to the tea.
Hello, Purpose Partners. Welcome back to Tuesday Tea with Team A, your weekly space to pause, reflect, and return to the truth of who you are. Recently, I realized I missed a milestone. The end of May marked 1 full year of Tuesday Tea. Season 1 quietly came to an end, and Season 2 had already begun before I even noticed. Not because I was counting episodes or because I was celebrating. To be honest, I was too busy wondering if I should keep going. When I launched Tuesday Tea, the very first episode was titled, Start Where You Are. The 3 steep tips focused on showing up, stepping forward, and taking action even when you don't feel ready. Because if we're honest, that first step is often the hardest. Over the past 12 months, there have been moments of growth, clarity, encouragement, and doubt. There were Tuesdays when an episode flowed easily, and Tuesdays when I struggled to find the words. There were thoughts of quitting, questions of, what are you even doing? Followed by statements like, girl, you have no idea what you're doing, much less how to do it. Fortunately, every time these thoughts surfaced, I found myself returning to 2 messages that had already become a part of my journey. The first message came from a speech I delivered during the 2024 Toastmasters speech contest season. That speech was about recognizing the hidden forces that hold us back. I call those forces passenger brakes. Passenger brakes are beliefs, fears, assumptions, and limitations that quietly apply pressure to our lives to keep us from moving forward. If you think about it, the imaginary brakes your passenger slams on when they think you're not going to stop before slamming into the car ahead of you does nothing to actually stop the car from moving. The second message came from my 2025 contest speech. It challenged people to revisit and revitalize dreams that had become dormant, dreams that had been pushed into storage by disappointment, delay, fear, or simply responsibilities of life. I called it Look Again. For me, these 2 messages became anchors. One reminded me to identify what was holding me back and recognize it really had no power of its own. The other reminded me not to abandon what had been placed in my heart. Together, they encouraged me to keep moving forward. So I kept recording, I kept editing, I kept posting, and I kept believing. Not because I had any proof, but because I had purpose. Sometimes the most difficult place to live is the space between purpose and proof. Purpose says keep going, and proof says show me the results. Purpose says trust the process. Proof says, I need evidence. Purpose says, plant the seed, and proof asks, where is the harvest? Many of us have no problem starting. The challenge comes when we don't immediately see results. And that brings us to today's 3 steep tips. Let's talk about how to keep moving when purpose has spoken, but proof has not yet arrived. Tip number 1. Let purpose lead when proof is missing. There will be seasons when the evidence you want cannot yet be seen. There will be no growth chart, no promotion, no applause, no confirmation that you are making a difference. It's in these moments that you must return to the reason of why you started. Purpose often shows up long before proof does. Remember, a lack of visible results does not mean a lack of meaningful purpose. Tip number 2, measure faithfulness, not just outcome. Sometimes we become so focused on results that we forget to celebrate consistency. Instead of asking, did it work? Ask yourself, did I show up? Did I make the call? Did I submit the application? Did I take the next step? Some victories happen long before anybody notices them. Consistency is often the bridge between purpose and proof. Tip number 3, don't let silence convince you to stop. Not every seed announces that it's growing. Some of the most important development happens underground where nobody can see it. So keep planting, keep learning, keep refining, and definitely keep believing. The absence of immediate feedback does not mean your efforts are being wasted. What is developing underground today may become visible sooner than you think. As I continue cultivating that 2024 speech about passenger brakes, I keep reassuring myself that passenger brakes don't work. Sometimes the strongest passenger brake isn't fear. It isn't failure or a lack of ability. It's the belief that if we don't see proof quickly, we should stop pursuing purpose. But don't stop. 1 year later, Tuesday Tea is still here. Not because I have all the answers and not because I've mastered the process. Not because every episode reaches thousands of people. Tuesday Tea is still here because purpose told me to begin. And purpose continues telling me to keep moving, keep imparting knowledge, and keep serving in grace while sharing the message of purpose in action. Therefore, until proof catches up, purpose will be enough. Don't you quit pursuing your purpose, no matter what it looks like or it doesn't look like. Remember, movement may be slow, but it's still movement. And that's the message for today. Thank you for spending part of your Tuesday with me. Thank you for being a part of Tuesday Tea. And until next time, keep moving, keep growing, keep steeping in your purpose. Talk to you soon.
That's all for today. For more information on leadership training, coaching, and speaking services, visit our website at erenecoaching.com. See you next week.